Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. It is Tuesday, April 9th, 2024. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Any minutes and reports received and filed?
Yes, we have the sheriff's March 2024 fees, and we have the treasurer's March 2024 reconciliation report.
Okay. Commissioner Committee Liaison Reports, upcoming meetings and events.
Let's see, today's Missouri Association of Counties Legislative Day. Project kickoff for the JCPD EMS staffing is at 1:30, and then there's a organizational and operations focus session at 2:15. Got HBA board meeting this afternoon, planning commission meeting tonight, solid waste management board meeting. Nope, that one's been postponed. HBA general membership meetings Wednesday night, and then I sent y'all an invite to that if y'all wanted to attend. I'll meet with Russellville City Council for a little while Thursday on some stuff. Chiefs meeting Thursday night. Friday, we got a Cole County Juvenile Center meeting. Got a political and economic responsibility committee meeting Monday, and quarterly reports are due Monday as well. I think that's it.
Individual income tax returns are due Monday too, Jeff.
Very paid.
Hold on, let me add that to the calendar.
Very paid.
Let's see, Wednesday, Salute 24 meeting. Thursday, we'll attend the City Public Works. Right, Eric? And on Friday, excuse me, another round of meetings with Architects Alliance on the juvenile facility. That's it.
Are you gonna be able to make the MAG legislative day at the Capitol today?
I doubt it. I went to the reception last evening. Many of the reps, I think, bailed out of town for the eclipse and hadn't gotten back yet.
If they just wait till tomorrow, they could have watched the same thing. It's gonna be cloudy, so. Sorry, it was neat in its own little world for that 2 seconds, but.
Okay, well, there is a legislative day at the Capitol for MAC if you guys wanna go. I'm gonna attend that critical partners thing at 1 o'clock down at Jessie Police Department classroom. Thursday is also the YMCA auction. Friday, do you know what Friday is? It is Thomas Jefferson's birthday. He is 281 years old. And Sons of the American Revolution, daughters, we're having a ceremony at the City Hall at noon. So I got a press release to give you, so you're there.
You're gonna have
So-
281 candles in? Is that,
No, the fire department won't let us. And then, yeah, that's at noon, so I'm gonna let you go to the Architects Alliance. And then Saturday, the Sons of the American Revolution has their meeting. So that is all I've got.
so those meetings today, the kickoff, and then the focus session. one-
It's a leadership one, I think it's 2:15.
Okay,
We got a bunch of different emails on that.
that's,
And I think the 911 meeting is at 1, Eric?
so are we supposed to be at one or both of them, or what's, do you know?
Your preference, we would prefer everybody to be at 1 o'clock, but if you would like to stay for the leadership meeting, you're more than welcome to do so as well.
Yeah. I'll be there at 1.
Okay, I'll come in and see how boring it is at one, might stay till 2:15 if it's not too bad, right?
Well, Eric's having cocktails.
Not on duty.
Okay.
All right,
Any
thanks.
commission comments? Bids and contracts, and we have the copier replacement quote, but Brian asked that we move it down to the very last.
Well, that backfired on me.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do a copier replacement quote for Canon IR ADV 400IF.
Good morning. I was about to
Good
say,
morning.
why would we move it to the end?
Just kidding, I wasn't thinking of that.
Oh, okay. So we have another copier that needs replacement, and it's over by the WIC department. We'll use WIC Medicaid funds to pay for it for now, and then at the end of the grant year, WIC has extra money. DHSS may reimburse us, but if not, we do have plenty of funding in our WIC Medicaid funds to replace that copier. But Brian did get us the quote, so.
It's off state contract, right? It is. So, yeah.
Do you need a copy? So I think it's the same price as the other one, $3,076.65.
I'm okay with it. You have the contract or whatever we need to sign, or,
It was just a.
okay, so we just need to approve it?
Correct.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the copier replacement quote for the Canon IR ADV 400 IF for $3,076.65.
Correct.
All right.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Brian?
Thank you.
I think you should stay. Okay. Unfinished business. Approval of upfitting equipment for EMS Chevy 1500.
Didn't know I'd be so far up the agenda here today. Good morning. So this is finishing off the purchase of the upfitting of our new command vehicle. Tried to get this on last week's agenda, but we were waiting on one more bid. You guys should have the bid tabs in your email. I sent those out on Friday. So we did bid out a truck bed cap and a cargo glide bed extension. Solicited 4 vendors and received 2 complete responses. The lowest and best bid was Fletcher's Truck Cap and Accessories from Columbia, and their bid was $6,924.99. It is under the formal bid amount, so we just did solicit vendors in-house. So happy to answer any questions, but that would be my recommendation, unless anybody has anything else.
I'll make a motion that for EMS, the Fletcher's truck caps and accessories invoice order of $6,924.99 be approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of EMS capital purchase for utility trailer.
Yep, so this is another agenda item from a few weeks back. Brought this up, and I was not as involved in the initial acquisition, so we went back and solicited a few more local bids, and then I also did find out some information that you guys requested. So this is for a 18-foot utility trailer with a 2-foot dovetail. It does have 1 brake, and the total gross weight is 7,000 pounds. The initial bid that we went out with was for a 20-foot trailer, but Commissioner Helsher helped solicit some other bids from local vendors, and we did narrow that down back down to the 18-foot, so we did end up saving some additional money. 2 bids were received. The lowest was for $3,230 from Trailer Trends in Eugene. And there's about a 5-week delivery. If you remember, the total budget amount was $7,000 for this item, so we're under half of that. So unless anybody has any questions, happy to answer.
Nope. I was fine with it. I just wanted to give the other company a shot at it. That was local, so I
Yep, we appreciate that. Yep.
So. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the trailer from Trailer Trends for $3,230.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, LEPC grant update.
Good morning.
No, I don't. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. The LEPC is well on their way of completing the projects as a part of this grant, and one of them was a unmanned aerial vehicle, a drone. This will replace the thermal drone that we currently have that's just not adequate. We haven't flown it now, and well, since I've been here, so almost 3 years, and probably more than that. For this, the purchasing department and I have worked with looking for a contract, one that we can then use in lieu of the bidding process, and we found one. And this is from Sourcewell, and it covers the company Unmanned Vehicle Technologies. And then that will, the grant amount that we had set aside in our budget is for $15,027. And the total of the quote that we're looking at from the Unmanned Vehicle Technologies is $14,544.50. And that will give us the capabilities and then some to have the thermal drone and for the operations that we need for the hazmat team. If you have any questions, let me know.
I was just trying to find, did you email those numbers to us too? I didn't.
Yes, the contract amount, and then I think in the body of the email is what I put for the grant amount.
Okay.
I know with these larger purchases, I just like to keep you guys informed and up to date, especially when,
I was
we're
thinking
looking
it was
at.
in an email that you sent us, and I had browsed over it. I didn't get into it real deep.
So it's a thermal drone, so that if we have a body lost, we can.
Yeah, that's the hope, is to regain that capability. Also, the hazmat team, there's certain chemicals that catch fire that aren't visible to the human eye, and so you want to make sure that you have a way to survey that area to make sure that, you're not stepping into something that could be a fire and not realize it till you get too close. Also, having the capabilities of the MEOC and using that for search and rescue, having that added capability of being able to fly with the new regulations that have been put out in federal government. You're now allowed with proper lighting to fly after hours. Night flight was not allowed unless you had a waiver at one point in time. Now you can. So just making sure that we keep up and have the capabilities to actually do those flights is important to us as well.
How long will that last? I mean, will this just something that'd be good for 3 years, 5 years? Be able to use the drone and the technology, or is that something that
It's a good question.
every year we have to?
Oh,
Surely.
no, not annually. No. It's a good question on life. I would say 5 years is fair. 7 to 10 might be stretching it, but at least 5 to 7 years would be the life that I would look at.
They would probably be obsolete near the end of that period.
Technology moves very quickly. The good thing is this particular drone is fairly new within the last 2 years, and so it's about the best technology you can get out there for this product.
Do we have to get FAA approval to fly the drone? I know we had, I think GBH, when we had the water leak over at the courthouse, and they were gonna fly a drone, and we had to get, and it might be just because of our proximity to the airport, but we had to get FAA approval just to fly the drone to the top of the courthouse.
Yeah, absolutely. There's zones that are set up. We're within 5 miles of the airport, so we had to get permission. I remember, if you guys remember, I flew my drone to look at the roof of the courthouse. And so I had to get permissions from the FAA and the airport the tower manager. And so
Yeah.
you go through an online portal. It's actually very easy now, much more or less complicated than it used to be. You go through an online portal, you select your dates and times at which you want to fly, and then your altitude, and they look at it. The airport manager will approve and then send it off, or he'll deny and tell you why he denied it, and you have a chance to reapply. And then if the FAA approves, they'll send you back your confirmation that gives you your approvals. Of course, that doesn't interact or interfere with any of the city ordinance or anything like that. So if there's any ordinance that prohibits you from flying in the city or in certain areas, then you'd still have to recognize those laws.
If there's an emergency, we're gonna fly and get permission later?
Well, certainly, I want to make sure to take care of our citizens first, right?
Yeah.
It depends on where it goes, because there
Yeah.
are spots that it will shut you down, so it won't let you go
Yeah.
in certain places. So
Yeah.
some of it is self-enforcing.
Right, geofencing is
So,
active.
yeah,
This
there you go.
particular platform does have geofencing, and so there are certain areas at which we would not be able to go without having those permissions unlocked through the company.
So you have a contract, or we just need approval today for,
No contract for signing. If you guys can just approve the process and allow me to purchase, I think that's all we have left. Yeah.
yeah, fine with it.
Good.
I'll give these to you, yeah.
Okay, no. I'll make a motion to approve the LEPC grant for the drone and for the unmanned vehicle technology. Is it just a program?
Oh, it's the M30T drone.
Well, the unmanned vehicle technology, is that just a program?
Unmanned Vehicle
then?
Technology is the name of the company, yes, sir.
Gotcha, okay, with unmanned vehicle technology. Does that
Second.
make sense? Sorry, Nolan.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
So I was trying to find the email, so I had.
Okay. New business, accounts payable review.
There are none.
Okay. Signing of surplus title for the sheriff's department.
This is a sale of a sheriff's vehicle that I guess you just retired. It's not an insurance claim or anything. And so we just need the title signed so that we can get rid of that car off the books.
Seems like I'm signing a heck of a lot of titles.
You going Purple Wave again, or? Is that-
I don't know. She didn't tell me that. She just, we've been using Gov Deals.
Gov Deals, I'm sorry. Purple Wave's the one that I think Public Works
We
uses.
can use either one.
Okay.
But we've been using Gov Deals for these sheriff's ones.
We've been getting a pretty decent price on them. They
Yeah,
sent us a
it's-
couple of them, so. I mean, if we tried to just sell it surplus, we wouldn't get much for them, so.
I'll make a motion to sign the certificate of title for the 2017 Ford vehicle for the sheriff's department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, salary discussion, prosecuting attorney's office. I know back during budget hearing times, Locke came down and wanted to make a presentation, and we didn't have the time to do it, so we've kind of ignored you or blown you off, so I apologize.
Yeah, I think all we're doing today is asking to implement, I understand that to fully implement the structure all at once might be a little more than we can do right now. However, I would ask that we go ahead and implement the structure on the support staff side today.
I've spent quite a bit of time number crunching
Yes.
on this one, and to boil it down, it is almost your original ask
Right.
to the commission, which then was reduced to a budgeted amount.
Correct.
It's within, not pennies, but close to the original ask.
Correct.
I think if we increased the staff budget, that's the
The
legal
office
assistants
manager and legal
and
assistants,
the
yes.
office manager, on an annual basis, it's about $16,000. We're a quarter of the way through the year, so it's really 12.
Mhm.
I think we could increase the budget by the 16, but it only probably take 12 to do it. But that's where I'm coming down on this thing. It's very close to your original ask for staff, and we're not touching the attorneys yet.
Right.
I don't have any information on the ask today, so I don't know what information y'all are even talking about. I don't know, how'd you get a copy? I don't have a copy.
This is
So,
Debbie's
I mean, was it emailed to us, or?
I'll get one more.
I've had,
Because I know we talked about it at budget time. There was proposed career step ladders on there.
Correct.
For the APA
Same.
1, 2, and 3, salary
Right.
adjustments.
And if you don't want to drill into it further, you've suggested or asked for sort of a low, mid, and high range, a range of these
Based on
positions.
Yeah, based on experience.
And so this, my number fits your ask on that.
Right.
Anyway, through the mid part.
Mm-hmm.
The high range, that's still, we're not there yet, but we're certainly on the mid, and we're past the mid on the office manager with the numbers I'm using.
Okay.
It's the number that you wanted for office. It's the mid-range or thereabouts for the rest. And I'm repeating myself, but I think it would take $16,000 to fund it for a year and $12,000 to fund it for the remaining 2024.
Okay.
So what are the numbers based off of? I mean, are we trying to compare them to, I know we had an email about a Boone County comparison, and then there was another one from
I don't know that I've
was
ever-
sent to Commissioner Bushman.
I don't know that I've ever used Boone as a comparison. It was
Um,
expressed to me pretty early on that we wouldn't be using Boone as a comparison. I've been using Cape County as a comparison for some time.
Okay, well, I'm just asking, because we have another one here that was just sent to Sam that
Oh.
I hadn't seen for the Cape. So I'm getting a lot of information today that I didn't have prior to today. Because I had talked with HR Director Sheila and asked if we had gone through kind of some steps to see where we are at on that. That's kind of what we've done with anybody that wanted to do some salary adjustments. And that's where I was kicking the can and throwing it at Sheila and throwing more stuff on her desk. I don't know if she's had time to go through all of this.
I know Sheila and I emailed last week, and I was able to give her the Cape numbers. There was I think a discrepancy between what they still had, maybe from their HR side, versus what the actual prosecuting attorney had in their office. So we got that, I think, figured out.
This bump is roughly 3% is for the staff, the staff budget, not for each staff member.
Right.
Under
Okay.
the attorneys,
Yeah.
roughly.
Right.
When you look at the original ask and this 16,000 bump, it's less if you look at a 12,000 bump for the balance of the year.
Now, I'm not opposed to it if we go through the, kind of the proper channels that we set up at budget time, that we were gonna go through HR. And it's kind of funny, because every time it works for somebody's agenda, then they wanna use Boone County, but then I think Boone County's numbers were lower, so, but we don't wanna use them now, so.
Well, I was told we weren't going to use them, so what do you want me to do, Jeff?
Well, everybody always still wants to compare them to them, so, I think Cape is different as well, so. I think it takes more than just one county, so.
The numbers I got were different, but he said that Prosecutor Welker would be willing to explain the difference, but I haven't gotten that information yet. What I got was directly from HR and payroll. So there is a discrepancy that he's explained.
Okay.
Which it seems to me HR processes payroll, right, or would know what the payroll is, so why would theirs be different from the PA down there? So, I don't know, I think it needs to go through the proper steps, and that's where I'm at with it. Go through HR, and then we can kind of decide from then.
I'm kind of dead-ended.
If we're just gonna use one county, and we let everybody pick their county that they're gonna use, and collector, you can pick which one you wanna use.
Well,
and
actually,
whatever it
Jeff,
is.
originally I gave you guys multiple counties and multiple examples, so, I mean, you can sit there and try and say I'm using one specific county. I'm using the county that you guys repeatedly said over and over and over again is our best comp county, is the county that we compare ourselves to across the board.
I've not said
So-
that. I've not compared and said that's the
Whatever.
best one. So,
Well,
I
going
think
back.
maybe
into-
others have, you're not wrong.
Into December, when, we allocated so much time for each department, elected official, Locke came and had a PowerPoint and everything. We just said, no, we don't have time for that, come back and do it later. And then we just kind of blew you out the door. And so we
We didn't have time to do what?
to go through his presentation and PowerPoint.
Well, probably at the
And,
same time said it needed to go through
and,
HR.
But we have some critical issues with the prosecuting attorney right now. So this is just trying to address some of the issues and then,
But it's not always money. So what are the
well,
issues that you're talking
it's kind of a
about?
lot like what we went through with the sheriff's department where other counties were poaching our people, and other entities were poaching some of our people for more money. And so I know, two of our attorneys are leaving for more money. I think Corinne, again, it's more money. To me, it's much like what we went through with the sheriff's department where JCPD and Columbia PD and Callaway County, they were all upping their salaries, and we had an exodus of good people that we really needed. So we're kind of at that stage now with the prosecuting attorney, and so we can.
Well, I didn't say I was opposed to it. I said it needs to go through the same channels through HR. Just like I would tell anybody else. So I'm not arguing that we're getting poached all the time, because we are. And every department, elected official has the same issue. Just want everybody to have to go through the same hoops and deal with the same rules, so.
And at this point, he has basically, with the information I got.
Okay, I didn't hear that part the first time, so. If that's what you're recommending then through HR, then,
I can't dispute what he's provided. What I had was slightly different, but it's been justified, basically.
And I guess want to emphasize, we've broken the prosecuting attorney's office into two areas, the attorneys and others. And this, we're talking others.
Yes, at this
And
point, yes.
At this point, yeah, today. So I'm going to make a motion that we amend the prosecuting attorney's office budget, increasing it by $16,000 for 2024, and that he will allocate those dollars to non-attorney staff.
I'm gonna go ahead and second it. This is the recommended amount by HR, or is this amount you all decided on, or?
I think it's
how
the
did-
amount based on what my recommendation was, based on what I was finding in other counties, specifically
Okay.
Cape County.
Because I don't mind doing all this, but I'm not, I guess, getting all the information, so we come into these meetings without all of it, so I'm gonna grill you on it, just like I would anybody else. So it'd be nice to have this stuff ahead of time, because I think it could have been, I could have said, well, I'm not gonna waste a lot of people's time arguing with you over it, because you did what I told you to do. So, I mean, it's not just you, we've had some other things come up lately too, that it's nice to kind of have some heads up on stuff. So, I don't know if you all had some numbers you all were working on and stuff, we could have had it before time, and I knew how you got from point A to point B, just makes sense, so.
Yeah, we have some issues with communications, because it's kind of like the one.
No, I'm not, it's not
and
communication, you don't have to tell me beforehand, we can come up here and
Well,
argue
no, we
about
didn't.
it.
No, it's, a lot of it is communication.
If Sam,
And so,
if-
there
if
were,
Sam wants-
there was
or-
an email that had gone out last week or the week before that I didn't have the information on. So it's kind of the same.
if Harry
So-
and Locke want to go through numbers and drill down into it and stuff, they don't have to tell me. I'm just saying it's nice to know, so I'm not saying I'm pissed off, I'm
Well,
just
I've
saying
been
that there was
involved- I've been
other
involved as
ways that I
well,
would have known the
so-
information ahead of
So,
time.
Yes.
So,
And I apologize.
now Locke thinks I hate him because I'm arguing with him all the time.
No,
so.
but if he lets the
Well,
air
Jeff,
out of your
argue for a
tires,
living, I don't
that
think
Jeep
that-
out there, if the air is let out of his tires when he leaves, it's probably those vandals from over the library
Gotta
who
be.
did it.
Has to be.
Yeah.
I'll call for the
All right,
question.
Yep.
Okay, we have, yes, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, and we are going to table the fiber optic runs for the new data project until next week. So we will go to the first reading of budget adjustment number 5. Do you have that, Sheila?
I do. It's a $3,000 grant for a printer, no action today. We'll bring it back up in 10 days.
Okay. Okay. Do we have anything else to come before us? Yes?
I don't, this didn't get on the agenda, but I need to get on the agenda for next meeting. The Care Leave Committee did meet last week to review the request for care leave, and it was approved, but somehow I forgot to ask to be on the agenda for today to present to you all, so
Would we want to do it under old business since we discussed care leave?
I don't know, whenever it's appropriate.
Joe? Can we do it under old business?
Let's wait and put it on the agenda.
Okay, we will put you on the agenda. We like seeing you.
A few feelings not mutual.
God, okay. Anything else before we go into
Stand by.
closed session?
Yeah, just you, Sam.
Real quick.
Yes?
The Emergency Food and Shelter Board is meeting again. They were awarded money. This is a multi-county organization that is hosted through the United Way. And so they're doing Phase 41, and that meeting will be Thursday at 10:30 at the United Way, the 204 Almeida Drive. I didn't hear that mentioned earlier, so hopefully one of you guys can come join us at that meeting.
I served on this last year, year before?
Yes, sir, last year.
Last year, and I did have a conflict, but maybe that conflict has gone away now. We've the board and I, or someone at the board and I have gone back and forth and back and forth. When I told them I couldn't make it, they said, well, you have to find the replacement, something to that effect. You know, it's one of those kind of.
Right.
So give me that time and date again, and I think I can
You
be
want
there
to
now
discuss
because that
this?
conflict has gone away.
Excellent. Thursday, this coming Thursday, the 11th, at 10:30, and that'll be at the United Way building. And
Got
we
it.
Typically meet in that basement area.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank
All right,
you.
perfect.
I'm glad
Thank
you
you,
brought
guys.
that up.
Okay, anything else? I would entertain a motion to go into closed session.
Pursuant to Section 610.021 of the revised statutes of Missouri, the commission will go into closed session to discuss the following: legal actions under Section 610.021 subsection 1.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Sam,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
Jeff.
Sure.
Hey, Alex, here I gotta press, this would be a good story for Friday for your Saturday paper. You know, you always have.
Yeah. No.
And, you know, I mean, Thomas Jefferson, 281 years old. Yeah, he's pretty